you don't need a hard-earned clue. It's why some men do the damnedest when a half the damn would do. There's a lifetime in the distance, and it's filled with love and gold, and I'll find it yet if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the will's not there. There's a whole world out there waiting, full of stories to be told. I'll heed the call and I'll tell them all if I may be so bold. Yeah, some men do the conqueror, and some men do the wheel, and some men will do most anything to hide the way they feel. Yeah, some like giving orders, and some like to be told, but I'll make my way if I may be so bold. I've stumbled around these country towns and I've swallowed up to sea. I've wrestled with the question of just who I aim to be. Dealt hands I had to laugh at and some hands I'll never fold, but I'll play them all if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the game's not fair. There's a whole world out there waiting, full of stories to be told, and I'll heed the call and I'll tell them all if I may be so bold. Bold enough to not surrender, bold enough to give a damn, bold enough to keep on going, or stay right where I am. There's a whole world out there waiting, full of stories to be told, and I'll heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. Yeah, I'll tell them all if I may be so bold. Surprise! Hey everybody, welcome to episode 30 of Alone Together Tuesday. It's great to see y'all here. Alright, that was a weird awkward silence in between the music and me. That's a pretty good song title. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Between the music and me. Welcome everybody. I hope you're doing alright. Oh, little Johnny Walker caught a bullet last night running from the guitar store. He took a left down the alley, guess he should have gone right. Now he ain't taking nothing no more. Everybody knows it's a hard time living with the hate and the greed. Most folks earn what they give for a living, others just steal what they need. Down on the corner, already talking that they're gonna cut that take. But I'm down here just working for $1. All I wanna do is stomp and holler. Oh, 18 years, that's a long old time to be. But just sitting face down, stoned in the alley, wondering how to get to that shiny sea. Everybody knows it's a hard time living on the minimum wage. Some people just gonna sneak on through, others gotta rattle that cage. One of these days gonna find my way, or else just disappear. But I'm down here in the filth and squalor, all I wanna do is stomp and holler. Listen to the young girl scream. Every time I get a little bit lucky, I got to wake up on my poor man's dream. Heaven only knows how we get there, after all the trouble and the strife. From all I seen, you only get one shot, and what's she gonna do in this life? Oh, what the hell, guess I might as well take a chance and try my way. I'm like James Brown, only white and taller, and all I wanna do is stomp and holler. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Hey, Brian, from the Purple Building, from the Todd Snider Corp. Good to see you. I can read the comments, sort of, some people's comments. I did an Instagram show right before this show because that's the one platform that I don't send this stuff out on. And so I wanted to give them just a little bit. And I broke down like 3 different songs because I was trying to read the comments as I was singing these very wordy songs, and I was not great at it. I used to be pretty good. Like when I started out, I played at a sports bar, and it had TVs everywhere with the you know, the, I was gonna say teleprompter, but that's not what it's called. It's the thing. You know what I'm talking about. The words on the screen. This whole pandemic has maybe not sharpened my mental faculties. Quite the opposite, I think. I find myself just trying to say words like, I want to have cereal, I need a spoon and that thing, it's round and you put stuff in it. Bowl. That's what I'm trying to say in case you're there with me. You're like, oh yeah, what's that thing he's talking about? Anyway, point is, I used to be able to do a 4-hour set and of like really wordy covers and watch the TVs and read the thing, the words. Yeah, now I can't. I'm a little out of practice. So, all right. Well, let's. Enough about that. Enough about my trials and tribulations. Let's sing an Eliza Gilkyson song. My father made a pretty damn good living, playing music on the beauty way. He's gonna die with some money in his pocket. Wish I could do the same today, little darling. Wish I could do the same today. Doe-eyed kid, a little transistor, turned into Wolfman Jack. I picked up a guitar, heard the sirens whisper, and I never looked back, little darling. I never looked back. I worked the clubs along the Sangre Crystal, polished the diamond and rough. By the time I hit LA, I was hotter than a pistol. But you never had enough, little darling. You never really had enough. I felt the lights on the big, big stages, the fire burning in my soul. I had those nights when my guitar rages, but it's not something you control, little darling. It's not something you control. Tail diving for a rat on Sunset, coyotes picking through the trash. Oh, I wish I was lying like a cat in the sun, still working like a dog for the cash. Little darling, I'm only working for the cash. Sometimes I wish I could unplug this cord, my soul or my money I could save. But every time I say I'm gonna quit the beauty away, I feel my bones just turning in the grave, little darling. My bones are turning in the grave. Yeah. The great Eliza Gilkyson. Love that song. Ray Wiley Hubbard recorded a version of that for his record Growl. It's kind of mostly a cover record. Really cool record. But Eliza's just written some of my favorite songs. Nobody like her. Nobody like her. So, all right. Well, let's play a couple more, and then I'll take a breath and just see where we're at. But I hope this is all working, sounding okay. Let's see. Callan says we're all good. All right, that's good to know. Let's see. Maybe chickens tonight. Well, maybe. But not yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for chickens. I got to build up to that one. It's too heavy to just drop in there and early in the set, you know. So, let's do this, yeah. After all these years of running round, flying high and falling down, well, the time has come at last to rest my heart and to ease my past. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. I've loved more than my share, took the pain and I called it fair. Shit, I'm sorry, y'all. That's not how it goes. And again, I'm reading these comments. I gotta stop. Let's try it over again. After all these years of running around, flying high and falling down, well, the time's come at last to rest my heart and to ease my past. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. Hide me, babe, hide me, babe. And darling, don't you cry tonight. The moon is full and the world is right. I've loved more than my share. I took the pain and I called it fair. So I'm gonna lay down all my fears, my highway shoes and my rambling tears. They can shout it down the line. I can't lose what was not mine. I'll raise my glass and I'll make a toast. We're better than some, little harder than most. We left a mark on every town. We chased the dream and we stood our ground. But I can't do those things no more, not the way I done before. The same winds that brought me through can take me back the same way too. After all these years of running round, of flying high and falling down, well, the time has come at last to rest my heart and to ease my past. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. Hide me, babe, hide me, babe. All right. Well, that song, I wrote that song with the idea of it being sort of a, end of the line, end of the road for somebody. I guess it could apply to anybody, but I was thinking just sort of about guys or girls, whatever, in my line of work. Out there just traveling around trying to entertain an audience and put their thoughts and feelings and emotions out into the world, and just trying to make it work, make a living, and do the deal. And it's interesting. I hope I'm nowhere near the end where I hang it up by choice or by necessity. I still feel pretty vibrant, and but it's interesting. I can still remember, the early days of doing this, and in some ways it feels like a long time ago, and in some ways it feels like just yesterday. I still feel like that, like I did back then. But I've got a few more miles on me now. But anyway, the point is I want to send that out to John Prine, Jerry Jeff Walker, Billy Joe Shaver, Johnny Bush, Hal Ketchum. We've lost a lot of great songwriters this year. It's been a tough year, in particular, tough year in a lot of ways. But that in particular, I don't know, it just feels really noticeable because of we're all just sitting around, being hyper aware of who we've lost. But anyway, speaking of, let's do I'll get Justin Townsend. Yeah, so many. But I'm gonna do this, and I haven't played this song since college, but it's a Prine song. And I haven't really practiced it. It's funny, every week I say I'm going to get better, I'm going to make a set list, I'm going to practice, I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be professional. And then every week, like an hour before the show, I'm like, oh yeah, how's that go again? And so forgive me, but let's see. All right, we'll give it a shot. I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another, a child is grown old. And if dreams were lightning, a thunder was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel who flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. He wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years they just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel who flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Now there's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them a-buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel who flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Oh, man. I haven't done that in a long time. Like, literally since, I don't know, my early days in Crystal Beach. Probably 99, 2000 or something. And as I was playing it, I was thinking, that third verse, the flies in the kitchen, I was thinking about, hearing that for the first time, or just the 100th time, as a teenager and as a young man, and even, not knowing, I don't want to say I didn't know a lot about music, but being new to songwriters, I just remember how much that stuck out. And I don't know why I feel like that was significant. I'm still not quite sure I could put my finger on it. But there's something about just that detail. There's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them a-buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. I don't know why this gets me so much. It's just the simplicity of it and the starkness of it is really powerful. There's some kind of desolation there, but also just like that he had enough confidence as a songwriter and as a narrator and a storyteller to allow this character to not have to say anything, to just be still and be staring at the walls, looking at flies, is really powerful. And anyway, I'll quit going on, but to John Prine. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do one of mine, and then I'm going to take a few questions and tell you about a few things. So, let's see. But thank y'all for joining me. Looks like I've got a nice crowd here for episode 30 of Alone Together Tuesdays. This is really cool. So, here we go. After all these years of running around, all this flying high and falling down, well, I gotta get back to the way I was. I'm gonna turn it around, darling, just because everybody's talking about the shape I'm in. They said, boy, you ain't a poet, just a drunk with a pen, over and over, again and again. Lord, they don't know about the places I've been. It gets hard out here, I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear, it gets hard out here. I guess there must be something I'm missing. My mama told me I should have gone into easy listening. I joined up with a band cause I thought it was cool. Lord, I guess I should have just gone back to school. And oh, pretty darling, it's gonna be okay. One of these days I'm gonna take you away. She said, oh, sweet daddy, you're probably right. I think we might get lucky, but it won't be tonight. It gets hard out here, I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. But the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear, it gets hard out here. I know it don't seem it. I said I would try, but I never did mean it. And nobody's listening, so we might as well scream it. Oh God, we're all out of beer. It gets hard out here. All right, I'm gonna put that down. Go acapella for a minute. Okay, everybody. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I am going to take a look and see how we're doing and tell you about a few things. Let's see. First of all, this week's postcard. As most of y'all know, every week I give out a postcard. If you contribute to the show with PayPal or Venmo, I send you a postcard. And last week's postcard was this. That's my dog Winnie, and a hat of mine, which you can get
for a discounted price on my website right now because we're having a Black Friday sale. Look how I worked that in. Anyway, but Winnie had eaten the hat, and that was last week's postcard. This week's postcard, check this out. I got some new technological wizardry that I'm hopefully gonna pull off on you here. Come on, don't do me like. Oh, there we go. I see it. Okay, bam. That's bam. Hey. That's this week's postcard. Right? That was fun. I might have to do that again later in the show. Yeah, you can, if you contribute, I'll mail you one of those. And if you use Venmo, make sure to use your put your address on there. And most weeks, I try to give a portion of the proceeds to some sort of organization or group that could use it. Because I mean, I can use it, but I'm very fortunate. My wife and I are doing all right, and in large part thanks to y'all. But I want to try and give back. So every week we try and give it to somebody, some portion of it to a worthy organization. And the first group we worked with was the Greater Food Bank of Middle Tennessee, Greater Harvest Food Bank. And we've given them almost $1,000. And then last week, some money went to Save Our Stages. And this week it is Interfaith Sanctuary, which is a homeless shelter in Boise, Idaho. And my friend Curtis Steigers, his wife is the manager. She runs that. I went up and I was in Boise last summer, and I played at the homeless shelter for the people that were staying there. It was a really interesting deal. They were not at all interested in my own songs, but they did want to hear, all the Elvis and Garth Brooks and Oasis and everything we knew. So it was a good opportunity to dust off the covers. But it was really eye-opening to just how much some people are struggling, and I'm sure it's only gotten worse this year. But what was really heartbreaking was the kids that were there. And my son Eli came with me, and he performed magic for those kids. And it was really powerful to watch. And then he went out and performed magic for the adults, and they were way more interested in him than in me. But anyway, the Sanctuary has a fundraiser every year, and they can't do it this year because they can't have a concert, so they're doing an online one. And I just want to show y'all something real quick. If you bear with me for a minute, this is a video that my son Eli made for Interfaith Sanctuary promoting their fundraiser, and that's where a portion of the proceeds from tonight's show are going to go towards. So if this will work, I'm going to play it for you. And here it goes.
Hey y'all, my name's Eli Carll. I'm a 17-year-old magician from Austin, Texas, and today I'd like to share with you a little bit of the magic of Interfaith. Everyone has holes in them. Big, small, deep, shallow. We all have them, and we all deal with them on a day-to-day basis. And for the people coming in to Interfaith, these holes can be a lot bigger than what you and I deal with. Mental health issues, poverty, homelessness, drug addiction, these are serious issues that these people deal with. And from an outside perspective, sometimes it could just seem like these holes are unfillable. But Interfaith sees something different, where some people might see just a hole. Interfaith sees an opportunity. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well.
All right. Wasn't that cool? I'm proud of my son. I thought that was really neat. And for those of y'all that have been watching the show since it started, y'all recognize Eli. He's done. We took a road trip this summer, and he did a few of the shows with me, which was really fun. And he was the recipient of some of the funds on that. So anyway, all right. I tell you what, I borrowed my wife's guitar because it's sounding great these days. So I'm gonna play this song here. Well, I got a woman, she's wild as Rome. She likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. Wine bottles scattered like last night's clothes, cigarettes, papers, and diamond doors. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She says, you be the center, honey, I be the center. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. Well, I believe my harp has got a busted reed. Oh, my lips are chapped and about to bleed. She tastes like pills and a cheap cologne, and she tells me I don't ever have to drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor, a few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day, 'cause dying to get to heaven, that just ain't our way. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. Yeah, I got a woman, she's wild as Rome. She likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean. I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. Alright, Drunken Poet's Dream. That is a song I wrote with Ray Wiley Hubbard, and we just this early summer recorded it right here in the doghouse. I recorded it and then sent it to Daryl Scott, who produced the thing and put. We couldn't gather in the studio because it was a pandemic. I don't know if you've heard, and so I did it here and sent it to Daryl Scott, and he produced it, and he put some stuff on it, and then he sent it to Ray Wiley Hubbard, and Ray Wiley sang his part on it. And it was really fun because I recorded the song, then Ray Wiley had recorded the song. We had sung it together on Austin City Limits, and now we've sung it together on a record. And it's just something really cool about the fact that we did it, kind of just on our own. And at the end, my favorite part is we talk trash to each other, but we weren't in real time, so it was kind of tricky. So I wanted to have this at the end, so I just let the tape roll, and I just kept saying, I just threw out a line and left some time for him to fill it in, and then he sent it back to me with these responses, and it's really funny. You have to hear it. The vinyl has finally shipped, and we've only got like 20 left, if that. So and I don't think they're printing anymore over Dual Tone Records. So if y'all want that, go get it right now before they're gone. They'll probably be gone this week. And but you can get CDs from Amazon, and you can listen on the streaming services. It's called Alone Together Sessions. This is Alone Together Tuesday, the show, and that's a different deal. So, all right, let's see. I got some requests here. I got one for alcohol. I've been writing some new songs lately, and I just saw a request for one that I'll try and play if I can remember the words. I don't know if I will be able to remember them, but we can try. This is one I wrote. Here in town, the guy named Gunnar Williams, and who plays guitar with Eric Church. And let's see if I can remember it. It's called "In Alcohol's Defense." He said, "I'm sorry, babe. That's not the first line of the song." This is a mistake. I've spent most of my life winging it, and I've pulled it off about 60% of the time. But there's always that other 40%. So let's see if I remember it. Yeah, okay, that is right, actually. He says, "I'm sorry, baby. Last night was just the whiskey talking. You know how when I get to drinking, I can sometimes lose my head." And she pours out a coffee and smiles to keep from crying. Picks up an empty bottle, holds it up and says, "In alcohol's defense, it's not the one that did the hurt. It just opened up the curtain to show what you really think. You just needed 90 proof to throw out your 2 cents. That's how I see it. In alcohol's defense. And so you see, I don't believe you when you say you didn't mean it. 'Cause last night you were certain and you said so to my face. And now you stumble in here with alibis and bad excuses, blaming booze for what the truth is, trying to plead your losing case. So in alcohol's defense, it's not the one that did the hurting. It just made you feel more certain about what you really think. You just needed 90 proof to give me your 2 cents. That's how I see it. And alcohol's defense. It's not the one that did the hurting. It just opened up the curtain to show how you words don't come from nowhere. You had to feel that way to get there. And goddamn, it just ain't fair to go blame it on the drink. Ah, you just needed 90 proof to give me your 2 cents. As I see it, and alcohol's defense. That's how it is. And alcohol's defense. All right, something like that. And I did not write it with Gunnar Williams. I don't know who Gunnar Williams is. I wrote it with Driver Williams. I'm sorry. Oh, it's awful. It's getting worse. I'm not going to remember my own name in a couple weeks. Anyway, Driver Williams, great guitar player, really great guy. And he plays guitar with Eric Church. And so we wrote that the other day, and I thought it was fun. All right, let's see here. How are y'all doing, everybody? Where you from? Where you from? What you doing? Let's hold this up. Let's have a chat here for a minute, and then we'll play some more music. I got a bunch of songs dialed in. I got some Todd Snider I want to do. Got some other songs y'all have not heard of mine that I haven't released yet, and then yeah, I'll just take some requests. I don't know. Even Paul McCartney uses a teleprompter for his own songs. Thank you. I feel better about that. Let's see. Jeffrey, appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, if y'all got any questions or anything that you want to talk about or discuss, let me know. Yesterday on Patreon, where I release a lot of songs before they make it on records, and that song will probably come out there at some point. I did a part of a series I called Memorabilia Mondays, where I take memorabilia items and talk about them. And hey, baby.
It's like we're on Mr. Rogers and I'm that guy that comes by.
You are that guy. I'm Mr. Rogers. And you're that guy
really
that
watched
comes by.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I don't remember who the
there
guy was,
somebody
but
that came out.
it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's put that story aside. We have a visitor.
Which story? What story?
I don't know. I've been rambling. This has been rough. These people need their money back.
Well,
The cover charge will be refunded.
Hi.
Everybody. Welcome, Allison Moorer.
I put our outside Christmas tree up a little bit ago.
All right.
Did you see it?
Well, no, I haven't seen it. I've been in here doing the show, but first thing when I leave here, I will go look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How's your day been?
It's been good. It's been good. I was explaining to them, I was letting them behind the curtain a little bit and just telling them how I just, every week I have this intention of doing better and being professional and having my shows practiced out like you do. Allison did a show last night. She prepares all week. She has the lyrics printed out.
I
She
don't
practices.
really prepare all week. The day of.
Yeah, but you know what you do. You have a game plan.
Well, I don't have enough confidence in myself to not have a game plan, unlike you.
I might have too much confidence in myself.
You have tremendous confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
And just think, I'm going to be all right. And I'm like, I must prepare. I must over-prepare for every single thing. And that's just who I am. I'm a studier.
That
you
is
probably
one of our...
never studied for a test.
I was not much of a studier. Well, I also was a terrible student. I mean, there was a trade-off. It wasn't like I just breezed through life.
That is true. You didn't do so well.
No.
I'm still horrified at your GPA.
So I graduated last in my class in college. She asked me not to tell people that. It's too late now. I just said it. So
You've told the entire world that for as if it's.
I think it makes me relatable. And they're like, oh.
Makes you like a jerk for wasting your parents' money.
Well, that too. That now that I am.
As someone who didn't have such luxury.
Worked your way through college and 17 jobs. And...
I had a couple jobs. I won't go into all the details because people will feel sorry for me, but I don't want that. But I did pay off the student loans that I did have to get early.
You paid them off early.
I did. That's who I am.
That's my wife.
Anyway, we were talking about your day.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. But this is such it's crazy. It hits me every week that I do this, how emotional I get. You know I'm an emotional guy. Like, we talked about this the other day. Like, I asked her, I was like, is it weird to have a husband who cries all the time?
I mean, sometimes I'm like, he's crying.
I
God almighty, I made him cry again.
I can't help it. And
See?
so anyway, I was just now, I played a Prine song and I was like tearing up in the middle of a Prine song.
Well, that's not unique.
Yeah, I know. But even just this, just being here, just like communing with people. Yeah, it's the postcard. What I realize is this is my one time a week.
It's your portal.
It's you and me all week long, and then this is the chance where I'm
so
like,
you're here. Well, oh my God.
Yeah, like, and then she said,
she's mean to me. That's what you tell people. I'm mean to you, and I'm not mean to you. It's like you have this whole.
Here, let's.
Makes people think I'm not nice.
You're lovely. You're very lovely and nice.
Except for yesterday when I was in the worst mood in the history of the world.
Yeah, not so nice yesterday.
But you let me scream and cry, and then I was better.
Yeah, that's why we work. All right. Oh, that's a drop D. All right, well, I can do that. Watch this. Confidence.
Now, you had to have studied for that.
I asked you where you've been, and you said none yet. None of your business, don't you ask no more. You said if you would do a better job of listening, then maybe you would understand why I'm at the door. You just had to paint the front porch ceiling turquoise. You said that's the way they do it in the South. You claimed it keeps out all the evil spirits. And sometimes I can't believe the words coming out your mouth. And so I try because I want to know your heart the best way that I can. Through the laughter and the pain and the sometimes just insane. Girl, all I wanna do is be your man. Sometimes we'll pretend like we're strangers out there meeting up for the first time. I'll be a doctor or a secret agent, but just hoping that you'll laugh at me, 'cause I thought I might tell myself that I had it covered, that everything was where it needs to be. But then you showed up and you looked me over, and now I see, oh I see, now I see, darling, I see. And so I try because I need to know your heart the best way that I can. For the laughter, for the pain, for the way you call my name. Girl, all I wanna do is be your man. I asked you where you've been and you said none. None of your business, don't you ask no more. All right. Well, my monitor stopped working, so I don't know if
This
y'all
thing?
can still see me. That thing.
Let me see.
Let's see.
There you go.
We'll play more music. Oh yeah, there we are. There we are. And then we do that thing. Okay, cool. That worked. All right. Good job, baby.
So I'm making a pot of tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Cream of tomato. It's on. It'll be ready when you get finished.
That sounds wonderful. Last week you came in and you said, "Come on in, there's pizza." And people thought it was a code word for something.
Like what?
I don't know. I think we're like way kinkier than we are. They're like, all right.
That's a bit too far.
Bit too far? That's a bridge too far? Pizza too much? Well, I'm not the one who did it. That was them. Blame them. Freaky freaks over there.
So what have you been doing? Just getting ready for your show all day?
Today? Yeah, I went to the
I haven't
dentist.
seen you very much.
I went to the dentist.
Yeah, I went to the dentist too later today.
We weirdly had dentist appointments on the same day at different times.
Yeah, but Dr. Gall told me when he saw me, he said, "I saw Hayes yesterday." And I'm like, "You must have had a really long day because that was this morning."
That was this morning. Weird, yeah. So I'm not the only one who's having mental lapses. The dentist is as well. I'm glad I got him in the morning before he lost
He's
his
hitting
mind.
the gas.
I've been throwing horseshoes over my left shoulder. It seems I spent all my life searching for that four-leaf clover.
Yet you ran with me, chasing my rainbows. Honey, I love you too. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes, babe.
That's the music God
made
for all the world to see.
It's never all it grows.
Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes.
Chasing my rainbow, and honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. That's the way love goes, babe.
That's the music God made, and for all the world to see. It's never all it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. Honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. Let's keep going, if we can.
Okay.
And folks, if
Have you
y'all
done any Christmas
any
or holiday
Christmas music?
tunes?
No. I only got one or two holiday tunes.
Well, you wrote one.
I wrote one. But And we wrote one that's kind of holiday-ish.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean, it's about Christmas lights and Jesus. And that's
a stretch.
Well, the holiday is...
That is not a Christmas song.
It's kind of a Christmas song. Christmas Eve, he goes off to war. There's a bar full of Christmas lights.
Right. It would have
Jesus.
been had I been allowed as producer to put the snippet of Blue Christmas at the end like I wanted to, but I wasn't.
That was very cool. I wish we could have kept that. But we were afraid. So we recorded this, my What It Is record. Will you see if you can make that work again? We recorded the What It Is record, and Allison was a co-producer along with Brad Jones. And if you've heard the Jesus and Elvis track, there's a part that we had at the end of it. There's like several different kind of phases of it, and at the end, we had a section where Allison, so Will Kimbrough plays like a Blue Christmas, roughly. We didn't want to steal Blue Christmas, but just this very Blue Christmassy sounding thing where you would get the reference.
And I did a vocal thing.
And you did a
so
vocal
that
thing.
On the Elvis Blue Christmas recording, you know, there are those ooh backgrounds. So I did all those. We made this kind of swirly cinematic thing.
It was really cool. But then my manager was afraid that Elvis estate was going to sue us. So
I mean, we were going to do the right thing, but
well, let's play that. It's sort of a Christmassy song. Let's do that. But before we do, I'm just gonna ask y'all if you would, if you have the ability, share this video. If you're on Facebook, share it, or if you're on YouTube or whatever, just tell your friends about it. That helps us out a lot and helps us keep it going and make it sustainable. And as my friend Joe Pug says, it does a lot more good for me than it is a pain in the ass for you. So that's his pitch.
So that's how we're gonna work that out.
That's how we're gonna work it. We just feel like it's not that much trouble. You just hit that share button. And that will help us immensely, and gratitude will come flowing through the show. So, Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola built this joint in '67, and her boy went off to fight on Christmas Eve. In a war nobody won, she lost her only son. Now everything he loved is what you see. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola told him Jesus loves a sinner, and his daddy told him music saved his soul. Between the drunkards and the band, it's a fitting promised land for the King of Kings and the King of Rock and Roll. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. All right. So if you need a shot of Gilkyson or redemption, where the Delta meets the Sea of Galilee, a kid washed in the blood of the Mississippi mud. Now come on, you non-believers, and you'll see Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again,
Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. It's good to be back again. Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. By and by, Lord, by and by. By and by, Lord, by and by. I keep thinking about the dentist telling you that he saw me yesterday.
That's a long day.
Can you imagine?
I just can't imagine doing that job.
That's a tough gig.
I was thinking about it today when I was having my teeth cleaned, and I asked the hygienist, I said, how do you deal with that? Because my teeth are sensitive, like, and not just in that they don't like hot or cold or whatever, but in that certain textures freak me out, like in a sensory way. So I just was asking her, I said, how do you deal with people with like, severe sensory issues and their sensitivities and all that?
Yeah.
You know. And then I asked her if she'd ever been bitten, because it occurred to me
By a
that
patient?
that might be an occupational hazard for a dental hygienist or a dentist to be bitten. Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
I mean, one time I was at the dentist with John Henry, and he kicked, that tray
Yeah.
with all the pointy shit on it. He kicked it and everything went flying. He was not about it. He's better now, but anyway.
Would you be up for singing a Christmas song? Like I don't know any, but you do. You just recorded an EP that you're going to have out soon.
On Friday.
Would you?
On Bandcamp. I did a 5-song holiday EP that will be out on Bandcamp on Friday.
Okay. Somebody just said if we play Mariah Carey, they're out.
Yeah, no worries.
They're not down
But
with
can you
Christmas tunes.
imagine how much money that woman must make off that song? It's on everywhere I go. Didn't I just say this the other day? I said, how much money do you think Mariah makes off of that All I Want for Christmas?
I think she's doing okay. And I think it's interesting that 2 weeks in a row now we've talked about Mariah Carey.
You have?
Well, last week we did the whole.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. See, I know, and I don't even want to know it.
No,
It's
we're
just
talking
gotten
about
in here,
the thing where
the
you
song.
where you try and hit the note.
Well, I
you
know, and I was doing.
It's very similar to that. Anyway, would you sing us a song?
Sure.
We're going to run off a certain percentage of our audience with a Christmas song, but we're going to gain some spiritual cleansing, and it's going to be worth it. So, and then after this, it'll just be whiskey and drug songs. But we need this. Are you pondering
Yeah,
what you want to do?
I'm gonna do this just because I'm sure I know all the words. The other ones I could forget because Christmas songs is kind of like you think you know all the words, but you really don't. Like you know one verse in the chorus, but you don't know all the verses.
I know all the verses.
You don't know your name.
I know all the words to all the songs. and you know I do.
Well, if you don't, you'll make them up. That's for sure. I'll do this one because, as I said, I'm sure I know all the words. Or I know them like I know them, and they're probably wrong because that happens too.
Yeah.
The stars are brightly shining. It is a night of our dear Savior's birth. Lonely the world and sin and error pining till He appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of The weary world rejoices, for yonder breeze a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Sorry about your ear. It's like,
I was
Your
wondering,
hair.
I knew there was a note in there. I was like, well, baby, that was amazing.
you all right?
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Thanks. All right, I should probably give you your show back.
Well, I sure did enjoy having you.
Well, thank you. I'll come
Everybody,
by next week.
one
I'll
more
be
time
back.
for Allison
I'll come
Moorer.
back
She'll be back next week, yeah.
I mean, I do have to walk outside.
Yeah, it's a long
It's cold.
to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
It's cold.
Mr.
What are you
Hayes'
gonna do now?
neighborhood.
I need to.
What am I going to do now? I don't know. I was thinking about doing either some Dylan or some Todd Snider. Or both. I think I'll do them back to back. You want to harmonize with me on that?
This?
Yeah. Key of G. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay forever
May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Speaking of Forever Young, that's a really cool video of Eli doing the magic.
Wasn't that neat?
That's so cool.
I'm really proud of him for that.
You should be.
All right, thank you, baby.
Maybe. Bye.
All right.
Okay, soup.
Soup, I'll be in there in a little bit. I got a few more things to do. We got to accomplish. This is my big night. All right. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being with us on episode 30 of Alone Together Tuesday. My favorite night of the week. So I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. It means a lot. And yeah. So let's see. Y'all got any questions or any requests? Y'all fire them off, and I'll try to read them and stay engaged here. How did you meet Todd? Todd Snider, I presume you mean? I met Todd at a place called the Exit Inn here in Nashville, Tennessee, probably around 2002. Probably 2002, 2003. I had made my first record, Flowers and Liquor, and it somehow got in the hands of Jack Ingram, one of my friends, and well, now my friend. At the time, he was just the guy that was like 6 years ahead of me, and was, but I grew up in the same town as Jack, and he was really successful. He had a great career going, and I was just an upstart nobody, and it got into his hands, and he liked the record, and he said he wanted to meet me. And so I went out to a show at the Mucky Duck. He was doing that acoustic motel tour. I don't know if any of y'all remember that. And after the show, I got to talk to him, and he was really kind and generous and encouraging. He's just a big music fan, and he liked my record. It was really cool, and so he sort of became a champion for me, and sang my praises to a lot of people, like he does for a lot of other artists that he likes. I'm not unique in that way. There's a lot of people that Jack has turned me on to. And Jack and Todd were friends, and I was going to Nashville for the first time, and I was doing this deal, what was it called? The Basement East. It was Billy Block. Billy Block had a series where we get 3 or 4 artists, and they would play music. It was kind of a showcase, and a great way for newcomers to town, new faces to get in front of people. And so I came and did the deal, and Jack had called Todd and said, "Come check out my friend Hayes. I like this guy." And so backstage in the parking lot, or outside in the parking lot of the Exit Inn, Todd was there, no shoes, a joint, and I met him there. And yeah, that's interesting. 18 years. It was so weird. And now I'm good friends with Todd, and it's cool how stuff works out. Well, anyway, I'm very fortunate. I've had a really cool life in a lot of ways. So anyway, let's see here. Bring your wife back for another like you. No, I think she's done. I'm sorry. Let's see. What bourbon are you drinking? I'm drinking Bullet. Somebody gave me some. Bob Dylan, To Make You Feel My Love. That's a good one, but I don't remember it at the moment. But I'll print it out and maybe do it on a future show. Let's see here. Okay, you requested it 18 times. All right. Well, speaking of Todd, that was the Q&A section. I only answered 1 or 2 questions. But speaking of Todd, let's do one of his songs here. This is one I don't think I've ever played. I've sung along to it 1,000,000 times, but I don't think I've ever played it. So again, forgive me. I meant to practice more, but we'll give it a shot here. Let's see if we can get through it. And y'all sing along. That'll help me. That will help me. Y'all hear the dogs? That's my dog and the neighbor dog barking at each other through the walls. All right. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 and a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, a couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out one night to see Robert Earl Keen at the K-Pig Swine and Soiree dance. They wore baseball caps and khaki pants, wanted cigarettes and save a little money. They got some from a hippie who smelled kind of funny. The next thing they knew, they were both pretty hungry, pretty thirsty too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5, a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. They found a store with a sign that said beer was coldest. They found a store with a sign that said the beer was coldest, so they sent in Brad because he looked the oldest. And he got a case of beer and a candy bar, walked over to where them registers are, laid his fake ID on the countertop. The clerk looked up, he turned, he looked, he stopped, he said, "Son, I ain't gonna call the cops, but I am gonna keep this card." And the guys took it pretty hard. This is on point. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5, a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. This older old hippie named Sleepy John who claimed to be the one from the Robert Earl song, so they gave him their cash, he bought them some brew. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good it should have been a crime. The crowd was cool and the band was primed. They made it back in front their seats just in time so they could sing with all their friends. The road goes on forever, everybody, and the party never ends. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5, a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Yeah, all we need is a 10 and a 5, a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, it's the first time I've done it, so just, you don't all have to be so critical. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Hayes, can you okay your song about toking my worries away? I think you mean play my song, and it's not actually my song, but I could probably try it. I think I know what you're talking about. I got a massive blunt. If you play some, nothing but a G thing. Yep, that's it, fool. That's the jam right there. All right. That's a lot of feedback. All right. Well, let's see here. I think I need a sip after that. All right, we're going to do one or two more and call it a night. Thank you so much, everybody. Remember, the postcard, one more time, this gives me a chance to do this again. Is that, and if you contribute to the show, a portion of the proceeds are going to go to the Interfaith Sanctuary in Boise, Idaho, helping give people shelter and food, people who really need it. It's a tough time for so many folks out there, and it can feel, I know as I've been trying to figure out ways to give back, it can be overwhelming. I feel like it's just a drop in the bucket. Well, what am I, a Tennessee food shelter or a Boise homeless shelter or a group to help save music venues. It's not a ton, it's a small amount. And it can feel like pointless at times. But when I contribute when I take the money that y'all give me, some of the money y'all give me, some of it I keep. because, like I said, I went to the dentist today. I mean, I have needs as well, but when you contribute $250, that buys 1,000 meals. I think that's right. $500 is 2,000 meals. I mean, it's incredible. It's not a tremendous amount. I mean, it's a lot of money, but the good that it can do is a lot. So, you know, we're not going to save everybody in one day. We're not going to make the world perfect in one day, but everybody doing a little bit. And I don't mean, this is not a plea to get everybody to give me money, because like I said, I'm going to keep part of it. But just in a larger sense of, we're all out there. We all want to leave this place better than we found it, and we all want to I don't know. I think be people who give more than we take. And you know, if we have that ability. And there's a lot of ways to give. So I would just encourage you to take a look in your neighborhood, in your community, wherever you are. And I'm sure a lot of y'all do way more than me or most. But it's all perspective. And as Ray Wiley Hubbard says, the days we live in gratitude are good days. Or days our gratitude is higher than our expectations are good days. And I know that when I think outside of myself and try to do something for other people and can live in gratitude, I feel a lot better about myself and about the world. So anyway, I'm rambling, but I just wanted to encourage y'all to not get too down, and to keep trying giving back no matter what your circumstances are. There's people a lot worse off. So with that, I will play some more music. Let's see. Anything in here that y'all want to hear? The Judds. Oh man, that's a good call. I'm not going to be able to do it tonight, but I'm going to do that at a future show. Some Judds. All right. Well, I'll do that. Worry begun. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I'm going to do this. This is This is a song that I wrote with Josh Morningstar. Reminds me of another great organization. There's a group that, you know, not being able to see families is so hard for so many people. And I think about the folks in nursing homes in particular who don't have a lot of time left and are being disproportionately affected by all this stuff. And this is one about getting older, and in particular about dementia and Alzheimer's, and the tough road that is for the people going through it, and the families that love them and have to witness it. And it's called Help Me Remember. Leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn the same shades as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword just resting on the arm of this chair, and for the life of me I can't recall the one who left it there. It feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room, and at first I don't recognize you, and then I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand. I say, baby, I'm scared, I'm not sure I know who I am. Will you help me remember who it is that I used to be. Can you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams? Did I try to stand for something, or would I always fold? Did I do things as a young man I'd be proud of when I was old? Was I a house on fire, or was I just a slow burning ember? Could you please help me remember? This ring on my finger is golden, faded, worn, like it was forged in the fires of love and has weathered the storms. And I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall. But there's just faces and places from somewhere that I can't recall. Can you help me remember? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know there's a story, but it's getting harder to find. Did I protect my children? Did I stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? Did I try to fight for something, or just not give a damn? And was I a believer in God and all his plans? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember. Okay. All right, we're going to do one more and get out of here. Thanks again, everybody. I'm already looking forward to next week. This is so meaningful to me. I really do appreciate y'all being here all these weeks. I know some of y'all have been here for all 30 weeks, which is incredible. So I hope you'll come back. If this is new for you, come back, tell your friends. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hate to let go, but it's time, for sure. It's time. I think I've overstayed my welcome. Let's see. I'll do one of my songs here, I think. Let's see. What should it be? What should it be? Da 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 blue. Da 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 da. Let me answer a question here. What are a few of the books on the shelf behind you? So some of y'all that have been following me know that I used to do these shows from the library. We have a room we call the library because that's where all the books are, most of the books. And then back here we're in the doghouse at the studio, and these are all music books because this is where we make our music. So let's see. Somebody asked about this, that's why I'm doing this. So let's see, we got Randy Newman's American Dreams, The Songwriter's Handbook, Johnny Cash, Serving the Servant, Remembering Kurt Cobain, Here Comes the Night, Best Music Writing of '04, Women Walk the Line, our friend Holly Gleason, Willie Nelson, The Facts of Life, let's see, was this a Turk Pipkin and Other Dirty Jokes, Too Stoned, Poems That Make Grown Men Cry. This is a great book. It's 100 poems that make grown men cry. So, let's see. Wanted Man in Search of Bob Dylan, Keith Richards, The Biography, Schafer, Honky Tonk Hero. I showed y'all this a couple weeks ago, Billy Joe. signed this for me. It's really special. Johnny Cash, Jimmy Webb, Tom Petty, Keith Richards, Leonard Cohen, Sam Cooke, Woodstock, Dylan, songwriters on songwriting. They're playing our song Positively Main Street. A lot of Dylan books. Here's the next 5 are Dylan, Miles Davis, Willie Nelson, Todd Snider. This is a great one. I never met a story I didn't like. If you don't have that, there's some great. This is great reading, and I don't just say that because I'm mentioned a couple times. Although that really ups the entertainment factor. Anyway, it goes on and on. Here's a Dylan scrapbook. Here's a John Prine book. Blah blah blah. So, anyway, somebody asked about that. So that's the deal. Better end with something happy. Yes, I will end with something happy. Great show, but can you stay all night? No, I cannot stay all night. But thank you very much. Thank you, Randy from Canada. And let's see, Jealous Moon, Shonda, I appreciate the request, but we ended the show with that last week. And for the record, you can watch all these shows on YouTube. We keep them all posted up there. And I'm realizing that I am just procrastinating till the end here. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Okay. We'll try this. No, I know I was gonna. I'm sorry. I just said I would play a happy song, but I'm not. Or maybe I will if I get carried away and do another one. But I had an intention of playing this song and I forgot. This is a song off my first record, and we need at least one happy song. Man, we do need a happy song. Okay, this isn't happy, it was kind of mid-tempo. Second chance. We've been drifting on an empty, aching sea. You were the girl I never knew I wanted. I was a boy you hoped you'd never see. It's a shame we ain't lovers. We could have been something so big and grand, just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stand. Been burning up the hours, talking to the midnight, just dreaming ways that I could hold you next to me. But it just wasn't meant. All things have a reason. Maybe our hearts just too careless and free. But it's a shame we ain't lovers. We could have been something so big and grand, just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stand.
I'm at the back door with a broken window view. It's a shame we ain't lovers. It could have been something so big and great. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stay. I'm tired of writing, but I can't put down my pen. It's too late now to talk or turn back. So just hold on, 'cause baby, here we go again. Heading the wrong way down that one-way track. It's a shame we ain't lovers. It could have been something so big and grand. Just kissing for hours underneath that sweet magnolia, begging for answers, trying to make a stay. Trying to make a stay. Everybody, thank y'all so much for being here on Alone Together Tuesday. All right, and with that, let's see how we're gonna play this out. There's the post show. All right, y'all have a good one. Take care. I looked down that winding road. I needed rest and a place to go. So tired of this running round, of flying high and a falling down. I'm gonna leave these blues behind before some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. I can't lose what was not mine. Turn loose all the horses and watch them run, and take time to take in the setting sun. To throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. To forgive your enemies and love your friends. Too much pain. Surely broken hearts are gonna love again. Who cares if your world's a little worn around the seams? Just think about your favorite pair of faded blue jeans. On and on about things gone wrong. Cry to everyone with the same old song. Poor tortured souls trying to pay their dues. And life's no fun when dreams don't come true. So turn loose all the horses and watch them run, and take time to take in the setting sun. To throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. But forgive your enemies and love your friends. Turn loose all and take time to take in the setting sun, to throw back the keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. Forgive your enemies and love your friends.